Entertainment, baby.
Bella, realest one, I'll keep it too legit. They say that the girl too sick. Stay grinding, I never quit. J-Town, I stand them, I know what it is. One time for my girls, what it do. Stay winning for all of you. Took a mic and I stole the show. I did do what I like, I did carry go. Then it slip on me, I go show them. Heading up to the top like I told them.
Hi fairies, and welcome back to my channel. It's Laurasia Andrea, and I'm giving you guys a very perfect fall highlighted hair look as well that is perfect for any type of work environment, school environment. And I also finish it off with how I clean my lace, how I put on my lace, and how I do my makeup in the video. So to start off, I'm showing you guys two versions of the applicators that I like to use. That's going to give us a perfect highlights. I tell you guys, no lie, I got these highlights done in about 30 minutes tops. I think that this is definitely the perfect way to do highlights that is super effortless, but you still get so many different dimensions and highlights and lowlights all in one. And like I said, it is such a short period of time of how I did this. So the first thing I like to do is just use my regular applicator that you guys see in every single video and apply the bleach onto the hair. I did use quick blue bleach, and I also used 30 to volume from Salon Care, and I just applied the bleach all over, and I also used a comb to comb the bleach through. So once I feel like I got a good amount of bleach onto the hair, I will now move on to using my little blending brush that I got from Sally Beauty. This is the key, my key to getting the perfect highlights in this whole weave, wig, or whatever you want to call it. So the first thing I like to do is basically put the bleach onto the hair, and then when the bleach is all in the hair, I like to use the brush, the blending brush, as a blender. That's literally what it is made for. It is made to blend the highlights so seamlessly into the hair and give it so many different dimensions. So I pretty much just sped up this whole little highlight part because it's so easy. And like I said, I got this whole entire wig done in 20 minutes tops. I think this is so good and just so easy for someone that has never highlighted hair before. You're not taking every single bundle and bleaching it and just using a whole tube of bleach and all that stuff. I literally used like 4 scoops of bleach, a little bit of a 30 developer, and then I got the whole head done with just that bleach. So you do not need a lot of bleach at all, and this is like the quickest process ever to do. I definitely recommend that you guys make the whole entire wig first and then go ahead and bleach it. I think it's easier, quicker, and you get a lot more dimensions when doing it that way. So pretty much I'm just going to finish off the entire wig and then come back after I have washed it and conditioned it. I do show you guys what products that I use when I did that off camera.
Entertainment, baby. Entertainment, baby.
So now we are moving on to cleaning the lace. So I'm definitely going to recommend to use this technique for someone that is using the same exact wig application that I am doing in this video. I do use Got To Be glue in the yellow bottle, and I also use the Got To Be spray as a duo. So this will definitely work for if you are using the same wig application products that I am using. I do not know about the real lace adhesive. I have yet to this day to figure out how to really get the lace adhesive off in my wigs. When it comes to the Ghost Bond or the Bold Hold, it's so hard to get that glue off. You know, you really have to soak it in oil and all that stuff, and I think that the oil, it's just too much. So like I said, this will definitely work if you guys are using the same method I'm using in this video. So I like to use the herbal cleansing dry shampoo, and I like to put that all where the glue or the gel is onto the lace. I'll let that sit for about 5 minutes before I move on to getting the glue off onto the paper towel. So pretty much after it has let to sit for like about 5 to 10 minutes, I will then move on to putting it onto a paper towel. I like to do this kind of off camera, like when I had the wig just like more accessible, that's easier, but I'm filming, so it was a little bit tricky for me to do it on camera, but I made it work. So pretty much you just want to put the part where you put the dry shampoo onto the paper towel and use your fingers to massage the lace onto the paper towel. You guys can kind of see how the makeup is starting to come off onto the paper towel. This is the easiest way to get your lace clean from all the makeup residue, as well as get it clean from all the got to be glued gel that you have onto the lace. You do this, I like to do it about 2 times. The first time usually isn't enough, so I like to go in a second time to do it again, the same process. Put it onto the parts that I do have the gel / glue on, let that sit for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then use the paper towel again to massage it off. And then most likely after the second time, all the glue / gel is off, and then I let the hair dry until it looks perfect, and then I will show you guys the ending results when I have cleaned the whole entire lace.
Ain't stressed cause I know they do it cause we blessed. Yo, these youngins going harder. From your Oxford to a mix from Alaba. I want the money, don't bank on Wahala. Cause there ain't nobody better than the G on Carter. So hey you, mama have my voice on the radio. I ain't slow down if they say so. I'm about to do better what the plan is, you should let me know.
Make money and shine all day. Putting in work, gotta hustle all day. I've been staying on my grind all day.
So now we're moving on to applying the wig using your adhesive, which is the got to be glue / gel, and then we're going to move on to layering the hair. So I'm literally giving you guys all the tea in this whole entire video, but I already have my elastic band onto the wig. I do have a
why your wig look like a helmet? I like it though. It looks good. That joint got a strap in the back.
Can you stop it? Anyway, sorry about that. But we are taking it back to the OG of when we first started using any type of adhesive on our lace frontals. And I'm going to be using the yellow got to be gel tube. So I feel like this is the best tube when it comes to laying down this adhesive, number 1, if you do it properly, which is what I'm going to be showing you guys, and number 2, I think it's the best hold. This has withstand what, like roller coasters at 100 miles per hour, freaking wet humidity, rain, pools. Like this is like the move for me. Like I think it's so much better. Can you stop it? I think it's so much better when it comes to just laying down the lace, and also the longevity of it. So I'm going to be pairing that with my Got2b spray. And if you guys saw, I used the little wooden applicators that you would normally use when it came to lace adhesive. I think that it's so much better, since I know like back in the day when we first started using the Got2b tube as gel adhesive or lace adhesive, people always say, you know, don't use your fingers because the oils make it look white, blah blah blah. So why not use the wooden sticks to lay that down, and it works wonders. So I let that dry for about I'm gonna say like two minutes before I went ahead and pulled my lace down and put it on. I think it's so much better when I put my lace right before like the first part of the gel, and then I'll use my little back of the comb and then lay the rest of the lace down. So pretty much it's just the same little technique all around my hairline. All the little white spots that you guys may or may not see will definitely dry down when I put on my black strips, but for now I'm just going to just go ahead and concentrate on laying down a whole entire lace, and then I'll be back when everything is all done.
Nobody winning like me, trying to make that bread, trying to make that cheddar. On repeat on the radio, always on the radio, looking for me, find me on the radio. On the radio, on repeat on the radio, always on the radio, looking for me, find me on the radio.
Be short term and I'm so wavy. I'm on radio more times than I know AP. Fine young girl tryna blow me. Man, it's so crazy. Now they know they me, yeah. My real ones never play me less. A bunch of people out there ain't heard of me yet. Like a lunchtime show, I be getting requests. I ain't stressed cause I know they do it cause we blessed. Yo, these youngins going harder. From your Oxford to a mix from Alaba. I want the money, don't bank on Wahala. Cause there ain't nobody better than the G on Carter. So hey you, mama have my voice on the radio. I ain't slow down if they say so. I'm about to do better. What the plan is, you should let me
money
know.
and shine all day. Putting in work, gotta hustle all day. I've been staying on my grind all day. Pretty soon, straight flexing with my team one day. Nobody do it like Bella. Nobody winning like me. Trying to make that bread, trying to make that cheddar. Then they slip on me, I go show them. Heading up to the top like I told them. Then they slip on me, I go show them. Heading up to the top like I told them. Then they slip on me, I go show them. Heading up to the top like I told them. Then they slip on me, I go show them. Heading up to the top like I told them.
Tanya, tame it, baby.
So now that we have both sides all laid down, we're now going to move on to combing back our little stray hairs. So I like to use the Sebastian Shaper Plus spray to do this. I like it as like somewhat of an extra hold, and also just to get any of the flyaway hairs or any of the baby hairs kind of sticking up and in my face. So I'll just spray that spray down, and then I'll use my comb to just comb all the little hairs back. You guys will see later on I'll be putting on my black strips, and that's basically what's going to be the secret to really holding down this whole entire wig. I never really did this step before. I think this is what the missing opponent when it comes to really laying down your lace, making it look flawless and seamless. Even before putting on your makeup and blending it down, I will be putting makeup a little bit on the lace, but after it is all dried. So I'm just combing back all the little baby hairs, and then I'll be taking my black strips and putting that down and letting that cure. I learned that word, cure, which is basically like marinating into your scalp for about 15 to 30 minutes. And then I will be back when we have had this all laid, and then I will tell you guys what to do next.
Real bad shutter, making moves in the game, no sucker. Shooting hits like brock, brock, brock. I don't care what they say, all them black tuckers. I just want make a war, no wahala. I just want make that do no yawa. If they try to go slow, climb a ladder. Anyhow, I'ma get to the top, no ladder. Make money and shine all day. Putting in work, gotta hustle all day. I've been staying on my grind all day. Pretty soon, straight flexing with my team one day.
Tanya, tame it,
Nobody
baby.
do it like Bella.
Okay, so 30 minutes is all up, and we gonna shimmy, a shimmy, shimmy, a shimmy, shimmy. And then now we're gonna move on to taking off the black strip, and then I will use like a wet paper towel. I used to use like a makeup remover, but I felt like that was kind of making the adhesive come up, so I switched it over to using a wet paper towel to get any of like the white residue off, get any of the dried up gel, I said that's so country, getting any of the dried up gel or the dried up spray off my forehead. We are gonna be making this blend in a little bit more when I put on my makeup and stuff using my foundation, but that's gonna be later on. But we just want to make sure that this is nice and clean before we get to that part. So I will actually be doing like a little pull test. I don't really pull my head too hard, but I pull it kind of hard just to show you guys like how this is really like on and secure. All you gotta do when it comes to like all you gotta do when it comes to like the yellow tubes is to make sure that it really dries down. I never made sure that it really dried down, and once I started doing that, this is like the best way I'd like to lay down my lace and this is the best way I like to lay down my wigs and my lace frontals, and I just think it just looks so good. It looks so blended into my skin. So like I said, I just took a little bit of my foundation powder and just kind of blended that all in my hairline, and then it just flows so good. So now I'm going to move on to doing my layers and my hair. I already have a little bit of layers in, but I really wanted to save it so for this video purpose, because I want to show you guys how I like to layer my hair. So you guys can see that I had a little bit of layering going on, but I want to get a little bit more on the deep side with that. So I like to take my scissors and I will kind of just go in sections, and I like to do little by little by little when it comes to layering. You never want to completely cut the hair. You want to cut it in like, I don't know, like a layering motion. Like I don't even know how to describe how to layer hair. It's so hard to describe, but I feel like it's easier to see it than to teach it, if that makes any sense. So all I'm doing right here is just layering the one side. I do layer the other side off camera, and then when that's done,
Tiny entertainment, baby.
curling method on camera.
Avela, realest one now, keep it too legit. They say that the girl too sick. Stay grinding, I never quit. J-Town, I stem them, I know what it is. One time for my girls, what it do. Stay winning for all of you. Took a mic and I stole the show. I did do what I like, I did carry go. Then it slipped on me, I go show.
So now we're about to move on to doing the curls. I finally mastered how to do curls. I guess these are considered like pin curls. I guess these are pin curls. I didn't even think about that. But, you know, whatever. So I'm going to teach you guys how I like to curl my hair. So the thing that I have discovered, and I have finally found the best curling iron to do it with, is the Hot Tools one. This is a ceramic curling iron. I used to do it with the titanium. Preferably, I like to use a titanium flat iron and then a ceramic curling iron. Why did it take me about 8 years to figure that out? I don't really know, but I feel like with the curling iron, when a ceramic one, it's easier to curl the hair. Also, you want to make sure that your curling iron is only on 350 to 380 degrees. Don't go over 380 because I feel like after that you're going to be frying off the hair, and it's a no-go for that. So I like to take about 1 to 1.5 section. I feel like if you do the same section as the width or the roundness of the curling iron, you'll get the best curls. So this is a 1.5 inch curling iron. So I'm taking about 1.5 inch worth of hair. So when curling the hair, you want to make sure that you are curling in the opposite direction of your face. I think that people always say this when it came to curling hair, but I never really understood it when I would always curl hair at home. I would always watch so many freaking YouTube videos, and people will always talk about curl away from the face, curl away from the face. And I just never understood that, but now I finally do. So I curl away from the face, but I make sure that the hair is on the up part of the curling iron. So I feel you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. I like to curl away from the face, but make sure that your hair is on the top part. Like, am I saying that right? I know you guys are hating me trying to explain this, but just basically curl in the opposite direction on each side of your face. But when it comes to the placement of the hair, make sure that you're going on top of the curling iron and not curling on the bottom of the curling iron. Make sure that your hair is always on top. So when I have pretty much curled the whole entire section of the hair, I will keep it in the curl, and then I will take my little clamps. I got these from Sally Beauty. I believe these are like the 1 inch or ½ inch little clamps that I got. They're just like the silver clamps you use for like dreadlocks or like stuff like that. So I like to use those to keep my curls into place. I like to use 2 per curl. So I like to just curl it, put the 2 pins in, and then keep it moving. So I pretty much just speed up the whole entire section on camera. And then when it comes to like the top part of my hair, I will slow that down and then let you guys see how I like to get my little hump part and how I like to curl that, because I use 2 curlers for that part. So I'll be back when I have to get to that part. Anywho's. So moving on, we are now to the top part of the section. So I feel like this is like the toughest part for people. At least it was the toughest part for me, because for the longest time I didn't really understand how those celebrity stylists would get that hump of the curl when it came to the top part of their hair. Never understood it until now. So I first like to take my Sebastian shaper spray in the +1. I don't understand what the heck happened with that, but you know, it kind of just jizzed everywhere. I didn't really understand that, but I like to get a good amount of shaper spray onto the top part, and I'll let that dry for a little bit. Then I like to take a curling wand. This is a 1 inch curling wand from Sally Beauty as well. Per usual, I will leave everything linked below, but I like to take my 1 inch curling iron and wrap the hair around that for about like 5 seconds. And then once I have that curl done, it will look like this. Now, granted, this is a very beautiful curl, but we're not doing curling wand curls. We are doing curling iron curls. So after I have that curl all done, I will just take my comb and rake it through one time. And then after that's done, I will take my curling iron that I was using all throughout my entire wig. And then I will just do the same curl, but I'm curling like away from my face. So once I do that, I just clamped it with my clips off camera, and then I just sprayed it down with some Sebastian shaper spray, and then I just moved on to my makeup. So makeup routine pretty much is the same every single video. I just feel like I like to put the makeup in the hair videos because I feel like you always like to see what type of makeup complements all these hairstyles that I do. At least I think that that's how I like to do it. So I'm just doing my makeup on camera. I do show you guys the products that I use. If not in the video, I will link them down in the description box. I did kind of switch up my whole eyeshadow style in this video. I didn't really do like a cut crease or anything, but like I said, you guys can just kind of see what kind of makeup look that I did. I think it came out so pretty, so beautiful, and it's like the perfect type of fall glitter smoky glam type of look. So yeah, I will come back when makeup is all done, and then we will be finishing off this entire video because girl, it was a lot going on, but we are almost to the end, y'all. So now we are pretty much done. We did our highlights, we put on our wig, we did our layering, we did our curls, and we did our makeup. And now that our curls have been sitting for at least like an hour or two, we can now move on to taking out these clips. So make sure you are pretty much careful when doing this part. You don't want to mess up your curls. We are going to be doing like finger combing it out and all that stuff, but we want to make sure that we are not really altering the curls in any type of way. So make sure that you're taking your time when taking out your clips, and then we're going to move on to finger combing it out. I did show it like my video right before this one, or maybe 2 videos for this one. Pretty much I just like to finger comb the hair out. I don't want to like to manipulate the curls too much, but I just want to make sure they are pretty much uniform. I do use my fingers, I do use a comb, and then I do use some of the Sebastian shaper spray to kind of shape it a little bit more. But that is pretty much it, you guys. I really hope that I was very informative, more than I am per usual in this video. I pretty much gave you guys like everything I had. Like I made you guys see from start to finish how I like to get ready. And yeah, I hope this is like the best fall look. I gave you guys a very pretty dark lipped subtle makeup look. I think this hair is freaking gorgeous. I love Asteria hair. I said this before. Pretty much is like my last company video before I really start to focus more onto my brand, Fairyystlish. So yeah, after this video, you guys will start to see more of my hair. The next video will pretty much be like introducing my natural color hair. And yeah, I'm so excited for that, and I hope you guys really loved this video. I think this hair came out so freaking gorgeous. This is the Malaysian body weave, and I'll leave everything in the description of where you can get this hair from. And as always, love you guys. Thank you so much for the support, and per usual, I hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys.
Baby, don't go, yeah, yeah. We shared our deepest secrets. Then I saw you walk out the door. I'd ask you how you feeling, but you don't reply anymore.